Hey, what's up, everybody? Alex Worldwide Keller here with your AIW Road Report, and I'm coming to you live from the Magnum Music Center in Ohio. That's right. I'm out here flying, tailgating, hanging out with the people at this Rock and Roll concert. But coming up July 18th, we have AIW at the Warped Tour, and it's the last Warped Tour ever. I know. Put on your mascara, rock some bands, and come rock it out with us live at the Warped Tour at the Magnum Music Center. Hey, get out my beer.
Hello once again, everybody. Thanks for listening to AIW's The Card is Going to Change. Before we get into this week's episode, as always, I want to give a shout out to our sponsors that help us bring the show to you for free each and every week. Firstly, thanks to Angelo's Pizza. They're feeding us here as they always do while we record, and they, of course, bring pizza to you at our live events at Mount Carmel. If you want to try more of their pizza or anything else on their menu, it's all delicious. Head to Angelo's on Madison Avenue in Lakewood, Ohio. And thanks to Smart Mark Video, they record all of our live events. And if you want to relive any of those or watch them for the first time, you can purchase that on DVD or digital download from smartmarkvideo.com. And additionally, head to powerbomb.tv, sign up using the code ABSOLUTE, and you will get a 20-day trial for free. And then stick around and just keep watching the shows that we put out there from the AIW archives. And as always, thanks to Jack Prince, who helps take care of all of our printing and graphic design needs. They can do all of that and more for you, whether it be banners, t-shirts, business cards, flyers, everything and anything. For all that they have to offer, head to jackprince.com.
JAKPrince.com.
Ah, yes. That voice that you just heard probably could buy jakprince.com if you wanted to. None other than the Duke. He joins us on this episode along with Weird Body.
What's up?
And, of course, as always, AIW owner John Thorne.
I don't think the Duke has that much money.
You don't think so?
Jack Prince is a pretty successful business.
It is. Well,
I can get financing though that you wouldn't believe. Come on.
Do you think that he could?
I got
slide-
credit cards.
I got collateral, son. I got something you don't have.
I got
Collateral.
credit
You're like a
cards.
creditor,
I bet,
you know?
I bet that he could at least be,
I got a whole thriving professional wrestling business.
Yeah. Okay.
I bet he could be
Talk about collateral.
He could be devious enough to like pay attention and then slide in and buy the domain when it comes up on Jack Prince, don't you think?
I don't think he's that tech savvy.
I don't got time for that.
Oh, all right, that's fair.
It's only
I need people for that.
It's only fitting he's on this episode, as he's the only man that will never be in a JLIT tournament.
Oh man,
I already did one. That's all right.
No, it wasn't a JLIT.
It wasn't a JLIT, but I already did one. That's all right.
Well, my name is Steve Guy. I am your moderator of sorts.
Came across that promo today on YouTube, actually. The Duke addresses his critics. 2011.
Hey, man.
On this episode, as we've already alluded to, we're talking JLIT. It's JLIT Night 2. So we finally get to the end of the entire weekend. It's been like a 4-part series with an episode of Gary, the cameraman, mixed in between.
Yeah, you got to break it up a little bit, you know.
Yeah, well, not for Swaggo getting drunk. It would have just been a 3-part series, but.
And I just want to say before we get into it, make sure to give us a 5-star review on iTunes. Get our algorithm going, because we've seen a decline in download since they switched over to something new. iTunes did something different.
Yeah, and also
People unsubscribe.
Freaking Apple, exactly. Weird Body and I just agreed. Stop the podcast immediately.
Yeah,
We're done.
that's weird. That's
I mean, he probably wants to buy Apple out, and I probably want to fucking just destroy them.
you
So-
just agreed with the system right there.
That's
It's like,
right.
I
The
don't know
man. You
what's
agree with
going
the
on.
man.
Well, I mean, I think Apple, in this scenario, Apple is the man.
Oh, okay.
That's a good point. Good
That's fair. Also, we have a Patreon account as we're sitting here talking, so please donate to that. What can somebody get if they donated like good money to the Patreon account? What do you think?
I don't know. We gotta fix that Patreon up, man.
Would we talk about like whatever topic they want? How much would they have to give?
They could suggest topics. I don't remember. Like honestly, it's been so long since we've We fixed it up.
If somebody give us $100, will we talk about whatever they want to on the podcast?
Oh, I don't know about that. That sounds.
There's a lot of things. There's a lot of things I won't talk about.
That's fair. $1,000?
I don't know, man. There's a lot.
Yeah, you would.
There's a
For
lot.
$1,000 you would.
$1,000?
Listen, probably like $50, and you can get like an AIW student to hang out with you. Or something, you know,
We'll send Weird Body to your house if you live locally.
What AIW student would you pay $50 to hang out with Weird Body?
well, I mean, I can hang out with them for free. For sure.
Why? Yeah.
Oh,
But,
he's
I
game
mean-
in the system already.
Really, all of them. Yeah, all of them are nice quality people.
They're all
and-
worth $50?
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
right.
some are worth more.
I will say we're gonna try to revamp this Patreon thing to make it work. It was Colette explained it to me a long time ago, and I just have not applied the method yet.
Yeah,
With
she's
everything
she's
going
got
on.
a solid Patreon going on. I know Dom subscribes to it, so it's got to be something good.
I just don't have time to do all that mailing out and extra content, and
Yeah, dude. Well, I got a bunch of time, so
you might be in charge of the Patreon.
Yeah.
there you go.
Patreon wing.
yeah.
Oh, we figured it out. All right. Well, JLIT Night 2 caps off the entire weekend. And we'd already done JLIT Night 1. It was a long thing. We do an after party. We have the tag team tournament. I mean, how are you guys feeling by the time we roll into JLIT Night 2 as people who are experiencing the entire weekend? Are we tired at this point? Or are we amped?
I
for
have
what's to come?
Based on my health issues leading into it. I had partied the least amount
Yeah.
ever for a JLIT weekend, so
Very little.
I'm not feeling that bad. I went to sleep fairly early the night
I was gonna
before.
say, you didn't even stay at the hotel. Did you?
Yeah, you didn't
Yeah.
pull a worldwide.
Did you stay at the hotel?
I had my own room. I just snuck away
Oh, yeah.
and
You
went
were a
to it
trickster and snuck away.
because I didn't want to get stuck with the worldwide banging on the door.
That's a fair assessment.
But yeah, I'm feeling all right. The only issue I'm feeling right now is worry based on how poorly attended night 1 was based on the Cavs games.
Right.
But
Yeah, we roll into night 2, no Cavs game.
still, I mean, still just worried in general at that point.
I was tired.
You were tired?
Did you go to the after party?
I did. I went to
he
the
was
hotel.
there.
I got home about 5.
Big night for Pete.
Did you go to the hotel?
Yeah. Yeah.
You went to the after party?
Yeah,
even?
I was there. And
Oh, wow.
He's heard all those stories about what goes on.
Yeah,
there.
you
I got
Yeah,
to bed
he's not
about.
allowed to,
well, no,
talk
I was.
worldwide.
Yeah, he usually goes to the
I was
after
mildly
party.
coherent when I left NAC, so I was like, okay, and I got to drive right by there anyway to go home, so I was like, okay,
This was the tamest year by far.
And so I got home about 5.
I guess we're all growing up, you could say.
Maybe about time. 5:15, 5:30.
That's something
I
probably.
went to bed, and I got up late. I think I got up at like 1 o'clock to get ready to go to the show. And as I'm like just about to take a shower, I get a text from Thorne asking me if I have his tax stuff. And I said, yeah, I got it. You gave it to me last night. He's like, well, no, that's not it. Those are the run sheets. So I've got all the run sheets for the afternoon and the evening sitting on my counter in the kitchen. And I was like, oh yeah. He's like, are you gonna get here soon? I'm like, yeah. I'll be there.
I forgot about that's something we didn't talk about the last
Classic-
podcast. I forgot that happened.
Well, that didn't happen. Yeah, classic mishap. Tax documents for AIW
The old
run sheets.
switcheroo with the envelopes
and
happened.
as we had covered,
I thought he was gonna fucking edit it up.
We'd
himself.
also covered from the night 1 episode. Your phone was like broke for the most of the time. You were using the daytime to like get your phone fixed.
Oh, yeah,
and
that's-
shit.
yeah, I had to
that
go-
happened, and so
that was an annoying process because I had waited to go get my phone fixed the next day, and by the time I went, it was totally destroyed.
That's actually true because if you called me, didn't you?
yeah.
Which he never calls anyone.
right.
And
He couldn't see
He
anything.
called me and I looked at my phone and I was like, what the fuck is this all about? And so then he tells me I got the run sheets and I didn't even look at them.
Yeah.
So I couldn't have changed them if I wanted to. I didn't.
So I go and I get a phone and all this shit in the day, and I lose everything that's in my phone, which
Yeah.
is awful for a wrestling promoter. I kept my contacts, but I do a lot of negotiating via text,
Right.
so I have a paper trail of everything. Word to the wise of all independent wrestling promoters, I do all of your negotiating via text or instant messenger or whatever, Facebook Messenger,
it
email.
says.
So like you have a paper trail, but what fucking freaked me out is I didn't have a paper trail anymore. So like I'm like, man, Gangrel or Marty Jannetty going to try to pull like, that's not what we talked about. Blah, and I had no proof anymore.
Yeah.
Because you never know. Because this is a thing that it has happened over the years when you deal with stars sometimes is it's like, oh, no, I said I'm doing this plus, this and that. And that's why I always get it in writing.
I still had, obviously my phone worked, and through our chats, I still had the run sheets for both shows. So it was like,
that's another thing. I kept all the run sheets saved in my iPhone notes for all the upcoming shows. I lost all
Gotta
that.
back that shit up, bro.
So I had all.
I know. I'm scared. I'm scared someone's gonna hack my cloud and see all my secrets.
Fair enough.
Fucking Apple, dude.
Yeah, dude. Fuck Apple.
Get your cloud hacked.
Hey, man, I saw what happened to fucking Jennifer Lawrence, bro. I don't want to be next.
I
think you're good, man.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's going after that.
Oh, you never know.
compared to
You
Jennifer
never
Lawrence.
know.
Somebody want my secrets, man. They might want my secrets.
But yeah, we had that. We go through it. You did bring up Marty Jannetty, and before we even get into all of JLIT Night 2, that's a big part of it. Marty Jannetty
Pissed. I was pissed. I was
sends
fucking
you a message, says he can't go.
No, he does not send me a message. So as we talked about last episode, I'm coordinating the guys to get there and stuff like that, and specifically the name guys who they weren't required to be there for the afternoon show. Frankly, I thought they would be bored. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
So like guys like Gangrel, Guido, Jannetty, or like any of the guys that were just on the night show, like Jody Fleisch, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I said they didn't have to be there till 5. So Potato goes to get them, and this is when the Biggins Cup is going on, and he texts me, said, Jannetty's not coming, man. I said, what do you mean he's not coming? He says he's too hurt, he's not coming. I said, not even to come sign? And he said, nope. Says he can't get out of bed. I was fucking so mad. I was furious about this all day long. And because now I have to fucking reformat the show.
Right.
He was going to do a 6-man tag. PME was like so looking forward to tagging with him. So I have to bum them out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I fucking flew this guy in. He has an amazing match the night before. People want to see him.
He did get his ass beat.
People are coming. People are like
fucking died.
tweeting like, "Oh my god, I can't believe we stayed home for Marty Jannetty," because a lot of people stayed home for the fucking Cavs game.
Right.
We're coming tonight to meet Marty Jannetty. Marty Jannetty is not leaving the hotel.
But this just goes to show you, if you're going to come to JLIT, you better fucking go to night 1.
Yeah, Marty Jannetty is better than LeBron James.
He
and
did
that's a
offer.
fact.
He did offer anyone that
did.
wanted to meet him. He gave you clearance to give out his hotel room.
Yep.
And his hotel. If any fan was truly there just to meet him, he would have met them in his hotel room.
That did happen.
Yeah. Well, I don't think anybody went.
Dave the Potato, by the way, I have inside source that tells me Dave the Potato trying to sell cars to people even though they've moved out of state.
Oh, I believe it. Yeah.
Oh, I don't.
According to his Facebook, he had a picture of somebody that came from all the way from Michigan. Well, not all the way from Michigan, but came from Michigan to buy a car from the Potato.
One of our fans who we've talked about has moved to Texas, and Dave the Potato still tried to sell him a car even though he's in Texas.
They can ship to Texas,
Yo,
man. Potato ships all over the place, worldwide. Oh, sorry.
He says he will drive the car to you no matter where it is. I said, people really don't do that when they buy cars. Like, they want to drive it.
Yeah,
like,
that puts miles on it. I don't even drive, but I know that.
But, like, you want to
You
feel
deliver
it out.
nice cars
Yeah.
to people. You don't deliver. No offense to Potato, you don't deliver the kind of cars he sells
Oh.
to other states. You
He
deliver
rolled-
Ferraris and Lamborghinis and things
Yeah.
like that. You deliver those to other states.
He rolled up to my house in like a 1993 Chevette, dude. And I said, what is this car? I said, it's a loaner from the lot, man. I said, no wonder you ain't selling any cars, man.
Well, he is. He is. It's just they're not.
He sold one to Bobby Beverly.
He did. I saw that. The Bev got a car from the Potato.
Oh, wow. Well, all right. That's a
Let's
story for
moving
another
on.
time.
Yeah.
All right, so moving on. So we get into the evening. First match we go, Matt Justice, Gangrel, Magnum CK, and MJF, Maxwell, Jacob Friedman. Now, in this match, one of the things that happens is Cole Cabana shows up delivering MJF's
delivering his son lunch.
Bringing his son lunch. Bringing
being a
lunch to
good
his
dad.
son, MJF.
He's trying to make up for all those lost years.
That's a
It's
good
a hungry.
dad.
It's a hungry business out there, Steve.
I mean, at night it would be
He's out there working
technically
hard?
dinner.
I
I think
guess it
Colt's
would
a
take-
little late.
Yeah,
but,
it would be
you
dinner.
know,
Better late than never. Look, he just found out he had a kid.
yeah, that
You know what I
is
mean?
true.
In his defense. So I thought that was nice. That was
MJF then turns into a vampire.
fun. MJF turns into a van. But before,
This is a weird fucking match.
you know what else
It
makes
was-
this match weird? Before,
Matthew Justice
immediately, 2 minutes in,
sounded like
Face plants.
somebody hit a sledgehammer into a side of beef
he
in the
gets
back when he hit his
thrown
face
out of the
off.
ring and doesn't get his
That thud
hands
was-
out to
that
brace
thud was
himself.
disgusting.
Oh, dude, I looked at it. I watched his face bounce off the ground. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Why part of me wants to stop sitting ringside to see these moments happen because his face legitimately just bounces right off the ground, hands not out, and immediately starts bleeding. I go find paper towels and anything else. And by the time I get somebody to get me tape and everything else to wrap him up, I go, Matt, I'm gonna wrap you up. Let me go get something. And I come back, and then he's diving into the ring. I'm like, son of a bitch. There he goes.
Trying to win a match.
We're
Steve
done
guy.
now. You're right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Then MJF into a vampire.
Duke really enjoyed this match.
I did enjoy this match.
I could just tell he's got a big smile on his face.
Well, no, because I'm sure you guys talked about it on the night one recap, probably. But Gangrel could possibly be the nicest man that's ever walked the
So
planet.
nice.
And he was just super respectful and super helpful and super cool with everybody.
Yeah.
And he could go, and he was great. And the vampire thing was hilarious, and the Matt Justice's scary injury was not hilarious but
No.
memorable. And yeah, everything about the match was really good, I thought.
Are you ready to put any sort of money into stock for Gangrel's energy drink or any of those?
You know what?
I didn't know he had an energy.
I
drink.
looked
You didn't
up.
hear about the thing?
I know he had a
Fangin' and
wrestling
Bangin'?
school, but what's it
It's
called?
not a drink. It's actually a powder. You
Pre-workout.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Basically,
pre-workout.
You're supposed to mix it with like 11 ounces of water and 5 ounces of club soda to make your own energy drink. And it's
Okay.
like $30 for about 25 servings. I looked it up. I
That's a
did the
good deal.
research. Yeah, I'm thinking about hopping on the train here.
Fanging and banging.
Yeah,
Fanging and banging.
Yeah. Instead of clanging.
I think it's.
I'm not a pre-workout guy, so
It gives you boners too.
okay, great. Apparently, you've done the research as well, I guess.
Yeah.
I just thought you might need a little boost.
No, I'm good, man.
You're getting up there. I don't know.
Sometimes you're a little too obvious.
Yeah.
Everyone else left.
Hey, it happens to everyone. I'm good, man. Thanks.
Well, all right. So no, not gonna buy into the pre-workout then.
No, I don't think so. He didn't approach me, and it'd be wrong if I just called him up out of the blue and
He
said,
probably
hey.
didn't hit.
Well, you
do
can
his
probably
research
invest in it, right?
Yeah, you.
Get into stores, not Apple stores, obviously, but
No.
other types of
He had
stores.
all sorts of businesses. I know we talked about it a couple
Yeah, we
weeks
did.
ago.
Yeah, I
but
don't remember what
He
deal
had all
it was.
kinds of shit going on.
He's doing it, man.
Pre-workouts, fucking polo shirts, all kinds of
Yeah,
shit.
man. Maybe vampires run the world. That's what I'm thinking.
He
Like
never
Illuminati,
sleeps.
but
He's got a lot of time on his hands.
That's true.
exactly.
What a
sleeps
fun
during the
match,
day.
though. Magnum comes out. Is this the match where Magnum's walking through the crowd and then Derek he slaps the beer out of the guy's hand?
Oh, I
Remember
think
that?
that was night one.
Was that night one?
Yeah.
I couldn't remember if there was night one or two. But fun match overall. I know he
Very entertaining. This was very sports entertaining.
Yeah. That's
Duke liked it.
Duke did like it.
I did like it. I
Let's
think
see.
everybody liked it.
Despite smashing his face against the concrete, Matt Justice comes out with a win in that match.
See, he didn't need your help.
I guess not. He didn't. He did go get. I guess
He was
looked
seen
like
by
a
the
soldier.
paramedics backstage.
He looked
Yeah, by
like-
the squad
And you
of
know-
paramedics we've gathered up backstage.
That's right,
now.
buddy.
We're doing it.
Yeah,
But you know what? Think
Those
about it.
those ticket prices are going to the people think I'm just racking in the money.
we're trying
you
to take
get-
care of the talent.
Somebody got hurt. Used to be just send them to the bathroom to clean up and glue them back together. Now we got like 6 people with gloves and bags. coming
Paramedics,
down and-
the whole
yeah,
paramedic
it's
staff.
ridiculous.
Man, he looked like something out of like the Civil War with a head wound when he came back
did.
out later on. But what are you saying there?
Oh, I was gonna say, if he's bleeding all that much against 2 vampires, that's an uphill battle if there
That's
ever
true.
was one.
That's true. You're
Yeah.
absolutely right.
Like it's Matt Justice is
Overcame all sorts of odds.
supernatural right there.
Yeah, he was the one man militia, but he was the one man vampire slayer there. I guess. I don't
Exactly.
know.
You were looking for a fucking punch, like a really go home line there. I could
No,
tell.
I just-
You just couldn't find it.
Yeah, there was. I'm not gonna call him like Buffy or anything.
Van
You were looking
Helsing
for
would
some.
work.
You were
Van
looking.
Helsing.
You were
It
looking.
is Van Helsing.
Yeah, that's what you were looking for. You were looking for a famous vampire slayer.
Yeah.
Well,
Angel wasn't a vampire slayer. He was,
he was
a vampire. Yeah.
I'm not a bartender next second.
Buffy was just in love with him. But whatever. I'm all about the Christy Swanson Buffy, not Sarah Michelle Gellar. You know, the original.
I'm all about
Luke
Matt
Perry?
Justice.
Luke Perry was sweet in that movie, right?
Hated that movie.
David Arquette.
I love that movie.
David Arquette.
Well, there you go.
David Arquette also in Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah, that's my guy.
That's your guy right there.
Former
man.
world champion right there.
And
Yeah.
Paul Rubens.
He had a
Yeah.
he had a worldwide trading pass when I saw him.
Yeah, he did. that was
dude.
Paul
Good for
Rubens' big return
That's right.
onto the silver screen there. We hadn't seen Pee Wee Herman in forever, especially since that incident.
What the fuck are we talking about?
I don't know.
Yeah, dude. You know what?
Every podcast has to fall off the rails at some point.
Here we go. All
Worldwide's
right.
not even on this one.
I know.
bro.
This time it's
He's in the
mo-
room. It's encompassing everyone.
For once, it's the moderator going off the rails.
I'm a locker room cancer.
He's yelling off set, distracted people, acting
Yeah.
like he's got a microphone.
All right, so match 2, we go.
Producer truck outside.
We go hot sauce, Tracy Williams, Tom Lawlor, Dom Garrini, Josh Bishop. Josh Bishop, we talked about it. He was kind of like a last minute.
Boy, was he in over his head here, huh?
What's that?
I think
Yeah.
he said that actually
He-
many
I think
times.
Oh, I
he
believe
did.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, he kind of a last minute entrant into the JLIT tournament in general.
He said
finds
he-
himself in round 2 somehow.
He said he could not sleep the night before because he was terrified for his life all day.
I mean, he had, the opening round.
shooters in there, man.
Yeah,
in the
absolutely.
Biggins Cup, too. So, like, he was pulling double duty in
You're
2
right.
tournaments. He could have been, the first person to, win
He
2
wasn't
tournaments in one
at
day.
the after party. He had a
No.
big
No,
day.
not at the after party. You're right. He was at the after party, but not the after.
Bishop?
Yeah.
No, he wasn't.
Oh,
Did
was
he
it?
after
Oh,
party?
that's right. He was there. Yeah, I forgot.
Were you there or not, Duke?
I was. I forgot
Okay.
he was there.
Well,
Duke was,
Yeah, dude, at the after party.
Duke was punching in with the
memory-
yeah,
ladies.
he was punched in. He was not.
I was
Memory
drinking
goes.
beer.
Wasn't
punched
just on
in.
that. Yeah.
He had some of that fanging and banging boner pills.
I love how you just weave
It's a boner powder.
something
buddy.
out of literally nothing.
Boner powder.
Boner powder.
If you marketed it like that, maybe it would sell. I don't know.
Boner powder Pete.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Oh man, that's his invention
Hashtag.
there.
That's a t-shirt. Boner
your-
powder Pete.
Put your fangs here.
Put your-
Anyway, so Josh Bishop, 3rd match in 2 days. That's a lot for young Joshua Bishop.
He was terrified of this match.
Yeah, he debuted literally at, a year before. Yeah.
And now it's 3 matches in 2 days. He could have, any one of those guys in that match probably legitimately could have murdered him. right?
Anybody but Josh Bishop in that match could kill a human with their bare hands.
Yeah.
Oh, I think Josh, if given the need, could kill him.
He has too much anxiety, man.
Yeah, dude, you fucking make him over anxious. Boom.
But the thing is, he knows.
He's got too many millennial feelings, man.
He knows. You know what? He knows people that could kill a human being.
Yeah, his dad.
Yeah, he and his dad could probably tag up and murder
We'll get to that in a future episode when he wanted to fight the Barkley Nation only because he knew his dad was there.
Yeah. Well, don't forget about that Fed family background as well.
Well, we won't get into that. We
Yeah,
can't
that
expose
could,
that.
That could
Yeah,
assist
come
him
on,
hiding
Steve,
some things. My God.
Yeah, dude.
We've touched on it before.
He's on the Ed
Full-blooded
fake.
Italian.
We touched on it before. Anyway, so Hot Sauce picks up the win here and ends up being. John, has there ever been somebody to win 2 JLITs in a row?
There's never been a double JLIT winner.
So at this moment, Hot Sauce wins. He goes into the finals, and he's sitting on the doorstep of that opportunity
And he already has a title match guaranteed.
because he won the gauntlet this year.
So, at this point he can have 2 potential title matches.
Collecting belts.
Yeah, just
Collecting title shots.
collecting.
Well,
Yeah, collecting.
If he wins the belt, he's just got it.
I'm assuming.
collecting title shots, but not yet titles.
He's
Yeah, but
he's had some bad luck.
I trust him. I think he'll.
You trust him?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, for sure. I think.
How can you not
I
trust
think he's
Hot
gonna
Sauce?
win the title. You know.
He's a stand-up guy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I see you. I
If
see
he had 2 title shots, I mean he might blow one because of shenanigans, but second shot he got it.
I see him
no doubt
sneaking.
about it.
I see him sneaking PBRs at the concession stand.
Oh, I mean, you know what? All is forgiven.
Dude tried to spread rumors about me at the after party that I was on the gas.
You know what?
Where did that come from?
Nah, I just thought about
believe
that.
it.
Who was believing this?
Nobody. But Hot Sauce kept trying to tell everybody. I was like, I'm not, dude. Like, what are you doing?
You're upset because someone tried to say something about you that wasn't true.
Yeah,
can I introduce you to Exhibit A to my right here? Everything that comes out of this fucking guy's mouth is negative about me. That is,
It's all true.
And I have to sit here and take it.
It might be negative, but I don't know if it's not true.
Hook me up to a lie detector.
Yeah.
Get the polygraph
I
going.
can check. I know how to check a pulse.
What are you talking about?
All right, now you're getting creepy, Steve.
You gotta check. No, you check.
I know when I got to loosen the duct tape.
You check their pulse. You check their pulse. You check somebody's pulse.
Well, go check Boner
she's
Powder
still
Pete's.
alive.
I'm not checking Boner Powder Pete's pulse.
Who is this guy?
No, wait, man. Forget that. Anyway, so Hot
For
Sauce
Hot
wins.
Sauce, yeah.
Right for him.
Hot Sauce picks up the win.
Without using boner powder, thanks to Pete,
Oh, we don't. Yeah, allegedly.
allegedly. So then we roll.
That might have been what put him over the edge.
All right,
Exactly.
you never know.
No,
It could
Quarter
be.
pounder
We don't
plus hot
test.
sauce.
We don't have a
Ooh.
wellness program here, so.
We used to. Do you remember those days?
Yeah, what happened to it?
Mike Baker days.
Yeah, what happened? That was a one-man wellness policy.
He made all the talent sign wellness agreements.
God damn.
He made them sign wellness agreement. He's the one who needed it.
Not in those days. That's before the alcohol really got a hold of him.
Oh, okay. All right.
Wellness policy doesn't include alcohol, though. Anyway.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, so we go to the third match of the semifinal round. Joey Janela, Laredo Kid, Jody Fleisch, and Colin Delaney, the only person to participate in every JLIT.
You like how Duke tried to deflect his alcoholism to being okay right
Yeah,
there?
you did just then. Yeah.
I'm not the one that dragged myself to death in New Orleans and ended up in the hospital for 12
That's not
It's
true.
pneumonia, not alcohol.
Sure, okay, it's pneumonia. That's the story you're telling.
Hey, man.
So Colin Delaney's in this match too. He's the only
It's a
guy
voodoo
in every
curse.
JLIT.
Yeah.
Here he is. He's on trying to win it. But this match was crazy too. These guys go out into the crowd. All I remember, Joey Janela disappears at one point,
Of course he does.
and I'm trying to like Jody
He's
and
always
Laredo
disappearing.
Kid. Are
He
like-
disappeared for a whole day last year.
Yeah, that's true. He disappears during this match. Jody and Laredo Kid.
You would
are
think
both
it was the
doing
Laredo
flips.
kid that disappeared
That you would think.
because he's been
Hot and ready.
he's been being
Yeah, he
you know,
makes sure. I feel like he listens to the podcast. And like,
His dad does.
His dad does.
Garlo.
Yeah, his dad called him out on it.
I think Garlo got him and said, "Stop disappearing for hours."
Yeah. So they're flipping off the wall by the concession stand, doing all sorts of crazy
That
shit.
scared the
As they
shit
are
out of
wont
me
to do.
because I was there
Yeah.
and like I didn't know where Laredo Kid was, and then he just jumps fucking over my head.
Oh, you were? Yeah, he goes from the stage, climbs up like the bleachers or things that wouldn't come out, and then he goes running across those. Yeah, he dives through or across, over, whatever, the entire concession stand after these guys, and everything's happening. And next thing I know, somebody's sitting down on a chair, and I'm trying to make sure like the crowd is away from everybody with the help of Joe Norris. And then we're looking, and I'm like, well, okay, 1, 2, 3. There's a fourth guy. I'm like, where the hell is Joey Janela? And next thing I know, I just hear this guy yelling and shouting. I have no idea what it is he's saying. It's probably something motherfucker in some inaudible way. And here comes Joey Janela just running down the lane across in front of the bleachers and just takes out, I want to say it's Laredo Kid sitting in a chair. Just
He killed somebody.
huge steam. Just murders him. Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck was going on in this match? I
Duke,
don't
you ever
know.
murder somebody?
He murdered Laredo Kid?
Duke, you ever murder anybody?
No.
Allegedly. But he might with that boner powder.
I mean, he's got enough money to have someone do it for him.
Give it a shot, I guess.
But this match almost basically was like Joey books that clusterfuck match, and then he never gets to participate in it. And I feel like that's what this match was. It was
No, this is just Joey Janela being an insane person.
yeah.
Yes,
well,
Jody
also
being
Jody Fleisch and
Being
Laredo
Joey.
Kid being insane people.
Jody Fleisch is an insane person, certified.
Absolutely.
Certified.
It was nuts. All I keep thinking about is like,
Jody Fleisch is a giant pile of muscle that just flies everywhere.
Oh, it's
and
insane.
is the freakiest athlete I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, 720 DDT is the most insane move.
And he does it
ever,
all with
I
a giant
think.
chain on. Doesn't even take his chain off. Does it? He just it.
That chain looks heavy as fuck.
That's what I'm saying.
yeah, I keep thinking about the last time we had him here and how he bashes his leg and he essentially has like a hole in his leg, but finishes the match and doesn't know that it's bleeding and insane, like down to the bone until you get him back in the locker room. And I'm like, when's this going to happen?
Then he lost his prescription,
Yeah.
like piece of paper in somebody's car.
I'm like, when?
And all the AIW students were trying to get it.
I'm like, what's gonna go
Get the
wrong?
prescription.
Allegedly.
How's this gonna happen?
Sounds about right.
That's some allegations. Dr. Dan already got his fucking pad out for whoever, can buy in.
Oh,
But
this match easily was like the AIW podcast and just off the rails from the get-go. It was.
I loved it.
But Joey Janela, he picks up the win. He moves on.
I think this one was anybody's ball game. I don't think anyone had any idea who was going to win this one.
No, I think you're right. Because you have Colin, the veteran. You've got Joey, who has been on a hot streak. He's the intense champion. You have Jody, who's just a pile of
And the
muscle.
comeback of his life.
Yeah, and you have Laredo Kid, who can pretty much do anything, keep up with anybody.
Can he keep up with you?
With me?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
probably.
So that sets the table for the final match we'll get to later. Matt Justice, Hot Sauce, Tracy Williams, and Joey Janela.
What's up, everybody? Alex Worldwide Keller here to tell you all about at Thrift Store Jobber, Instagram, Etsy, eBay, and etc. And let us not forget, it's a doozy, Big Cartel. He's got a store, thriftstorejobber.bigcartel.com, where you can check out all of his wares, and available at Absolution this year. He's got a new one, Pollyanna DIY. Hook him up on a sweet little enamel pin. It is the late period NWA. Almost looks like the AWA if we're really being honest here, but it was the NWA logo, and you can let everybody know that you like it old school. And use promo code WORLDWIDE to get 10% off your order. Anything you get off Thrift Store Jobber, Instagram, Etsy, eBay, etc. And let us not forget Big Cartel Worldwide.
And we touched on it if you listen to last week's episode. One of the tag teams that want to be part of the tournament, a little late reaching out to us, but it's the besties in the world. Davey Vega, who was Intense Champion, as we go from Joey Janela and talking about Intense Champion, for quite some time.
Correct.
And we haven't seen him in AIW
In a while.
a couple of years,
Probably 2 years, at least.
but he's been
Mount
doing-
Carmel era. I know that. He was
Yeah,
on Mount
yeah, I
Carmel.
think
He was in, actually, his last show was the very first show that I ring announced, the Scott Hall show.
So probably 2 years.
That was my Carmel.
2+
Yeah.
years. That was
probably 2.5. That was like
December,
October.
Almost 3.
December 2015.
There you go. There it is.
There you go. So,
And Matt Fitchett had been gone even longer than that.
yeah.
Like, Absolution, like 7 or 8, probably.
He got hurt. And
Absolution
he came back, and then he got hurt on one of our shows.
Yeah.
Separated his shoulder or something.
And so these guys are
iPay-per-view Absolution year, whichever year that was.
8.
Yeah.
these guys are out doing well on the independents as besties in the world as a tag team, and they come in and you give the match to Trey Lamar and Chase Oliver.
I just
No
thought this
consequences.
would be like, obviously, I see Trey and Chase breaking off eventually and just being a full-time tag team.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought
Some
this
consequences.
yeah, some consequences. Not whatever fucking weird idea that they pitched me recently. But yeah, no one's coming out to Smash Mouth in AIW. But so I thought this would be a good test for them to get in there with some veteran guys and learn something.
That they did. It was a fun match. It's if you've ever watched either one of these teams, it was everything you kind of anticipated from them, and bodies flying all over the place. It was important, I think, to Davey Vega. He really, when he reached out, he really wanted to take part in this weekend with everything that was going on. He wanted to be a part of the Big Ins Cup, understood, and we couldn't do that, but you put him into here. And I think it was good to have those guys with.
And I wanted them
the
to
young
be a
kids.
surprise because it's always good to have a surprise like that.
Yeah, and that was a huge surprise to the audience. Crowd went crazy for them. They went crazy for the whole match. It was awesome. So then we get into the next match. It was supposed to be a 6-man tag, as we alluded to. Marty Jannetty with PME. These guys are bummed because he's not participating.
And how this unfolds is when Potato went to pick up Marty Jannetty, he was also picking up little Guido.
Yep.
And Guido saw Marty Jannetty, and Guido had been drinking all day. And Guido decided that he would wrestle in
Despite
place of...
telling everybody on night one that he was too injured to wrestle.
Well, he had a torn MCL, I think it was.
Yeah.
which isn't terrible, but it sucks. But it's not like tearing an ACL or anything like that.
But his other knee is completely fucked.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, and so he was just like, I can't wrestle. He did the big speech, the night before, and then apparently he was at XYZ and some other places and was like, hey, I'm ready to go.
Alcohol's a hell of a drug.
I think he was just kind of saw.
And he loves coming here, and he loves, he loves the company.
Yeah, I think it broke his heart a little bit that he couldn't participate.
Yeah,
but he figured everybody we had.
20-plus year veteran and just being around wrestling, I assume he wants to be in that ring. And at that point, he forego any.
Yeah, I think once he saw the situation, he kind of volunteered, and
like he is Mr. JLIT.
He volunteered, and then Big Mo was there, so I figured let's put Big Mo in there to take some of the they've tagged in AIW before.
Yep.
We beat him.
Yeah,
That's a fact.
Just throw that out there.
Yeah, dude, I pinned little Guido. No big deal.
Chewed them up.
Yeah, chewed them up, spit them out. Like on my Nana's fucking pasta sauce, but whatever.
And so then there's plenty of production guys to go around, so we make it an 8-man tag.
Is that group getting any bigger?
Not yet. I don't know.
Yeah, dude, they have to talk to the Screen Actors Guild. You know what? They're probably not even in the guild, bro. Honestly.
I joined it for one night at the pop-up show, so that was about it.
Hey, we're not talking about that. Okay. It's not canon, bro. That's not canon.
Yeah, whatever.
So we have the production with 4 members from there, the 4 that weren't in the tournament. So it's Eddie Only, Danhausen, Derek Director, and Frankie Flynn. Taking on the foursome of PME, Big Mo, and
Little Guido, who's hurt, wrestles like the whole fucking match.
Oh, yeah.
Like we put Big Mo in there for him to take it easy, and he's in there fucking blowing Derek up with 2 fucking bad knees, just fucking wrestling circles around people.
He's just doing it.
He probably didn't realize. You don't realize. I've messed up my MCL before, and you don't realize it. Like right away, it kind of hurts, and then you can still walk and you can still do stuff. So if you're in the middle of doing something, you don't realize how fucked up you are.
Yeah.
He was probably in a lot of pain the next day, probably. But unless he had found Jody's prescription, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, well,
but
no, this was months ago.
Another bottle of Budweiser.
Yeah, but I mean, he was probably just rolling and going and thinking it didn't even matter. But,
he didn't stop. He didn't stop drinking all day because he fell asleep at the funhouse pretty much.
So production does win this match, but it was the fun everybody wanted all weekend. I think at this point people look forward to seeing Little Guido. So even though you couldn't see Marty Jannetty, for Little Guido to come out, fuck it, that made it for people still. If you're going to have somebody replace Marty Jannetty, why not Little Guido?
James Stone.
Exactly.
There he is. Is he getting that hot run soon? James Stone?
I hope.
Saw that Japan deal pop on Twitter.
It's fucking UWFI, brother.
Exactly,
that's right, brother.
Man, that's Chase Oliver, man. I think he can, he's renounced as a talent heritage, but I think one day he's going to be littler Guido.
Little Guido?
Yeah. That's my theory. That's what I want.
Take it to New York, brother.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking take it to Cleveland, bro. We need to fight him.
Yeah.
So then we roll into the scramble. You have Lewis Linden, Andrew Everett, Cheech, Gringo Loco, Space Monkey, and eventually Nate Webb makes his way to the ring.
His big return.
His huge return.
This is another surprise.
Nate Webb is a big surprise. Even bigger surprise is that we actually got this match going.
Yeah, because it takes forever. He does 2 full entrances, brings in...
It starts a third time, I think.
Brings in a bunch of kids and every children...
I have honestly never seen this. He's been on 3 shows. I'm always doing something.
You've never seen the entrance?
I have never seen
the entrance. He usually
This is what Nate Webb is known for. He's all entrance,
brother.
Yeah,
I have never seen
He usually goes
this.
the entire song of Teenage Dirtbag.
I know the song, but that's
on this night, the crowd starts chanting one more time, and fucking Traxler hits it again.
Fucking Traxler.
I don't think anybody told him to. In talking to Nate Webb, he was even like, I didn't think he was going to do it. I just thought I was going to come to the ring. And then I heard the song start playing again. I was like, fuck it.
It got a good response.
It did. dudes in the crowd. The rest of us are in the ring. We have no idea if this match is ever going to start. I don't know. I keep asking the guys, I'm like, should I just
Yeah, I think like whatever the time allotted for this match was, went
Nick
over
Webb's
before
entrance.
the bell rang.
Oh, hands down.
You would have thought Jock Sampson was out there.
Cutting a promo. I don't even remember what happened actually in the match. I know
I don't think anybody remembers what
Andrew Everett slipped.
People probably
on a-
jumped off of Gringo Loco a bunch of times.
Yeah, that
Because
definitely
that's
happened.
he's
I'm
so
sure-
fucking good at that.
I know Andrew Everett slipped
probably
on a
defied
banana
gravity
peel.
a bunch of times, and yeah.
Andrew Everett took the worst fall off of the banana peel that I've ever seen when he slipped. Just pretty much flipping over backwards. It
An
was
enemy
crazy.
of potassium, that's for sure.
Yeah, hands down. And
Lewis Linden, I believe, picks up the win.
Lewis Linden does pick up the win, and I wouldn't know unless something told me that. The big winner were those kids that got to get in the ring. They
Well, they didn't
won
get
that night.
the pinfall, so they didn't win nothing. They won a good moment in their life.
He's focused, man.
Yeah.
Weird Body's focused.
They won it like, yeah,
That's why he gets AIW in my will.
This guy wins,
Yeah,
guy
exactly.
wins one tournament, and he's like, it's all about them. You know who
gotta
used to
win,
say they're all about that win, all about that pin?
Ooh.
Big Twan Tucker.
Yo, man.
That's
That sounds
that's a
sounds
t-shirt,
woke,
dude.
than him,
That sounds woke as hell.
He said, I'm all about that pin, I'm all about that win.
yeah.
That's a good catchphrase.
That was
Yeah.
his catchphrase.
I never watched any of his promos, so I don't know.
He said that right there, man.
Biggs Memorial Tournament, man, he didn't get it. So
He did not get it.
You know,
But he
that's
also,
all. That's all.
He was not all about it.
Yeah.
he always blames Party Parker, though, for the
More
loss.
woke than him.
Exactly, man. I stay up.
It's a woke battle.
So
I like to stay asleep, man.
the next match we go into was actually supposed to be a absolute championship match. Cole Cabana, Nick Gage. Nick
Well-
Gage can't go.
So a lot of people were like, what the fuck? He wrestled during the day. So Nick Gage comes in on Friday night. He's just hanging out, whatever. His arm looks kind of fucked up, but everyone assumes it's from death matches that he did the weekend before. Like there's some kind of bump or something. You know what I mean? And whatever. No, he's not working. He's just hanging out, so nobody really thinks twice about it. He wrestles Dr. Dan. That goes okay.
His arm is heavily wrapped during that.
His arm's wrapped up. I just, everyone just thinks it's like an injury. You know what I mean? Like some kind of injury. As the Biggins Cup is continuing, and then we transfer into JLIT, Nick Gage is sitting downstairs and appears to be dead at one point. Like his whole body is white, and he is unconscious. And at one point, I look at somebody and I said, I think he's dead. Like,
Gangrel got him.
no, I thought he was really dead. And I was like, go give him a nudge. Like, I thought he was fucking dead.
Steve Guy can check a pulse. Why didn't you have it?
He was nowhere to be found.
I mean, I was only kidding about that for the lie detector purpose.
So,
You can't actually check a pulse.
No, not
That's a
good.
pretty basic thing.
I mean,
Yeah.
I know. I know.
Here's your thumb.
I know what. But I mean, I can't check it for like a lie detector purpose, like they do. They hold your wrist.
so whoever I'm talking to is like working up the nerve to go give him a little poke, like Weekend at Bernie style, like I'm thinking we're going to have to wheel him out of here.
Life flight him out, man.
Yeah.
And
And
be the first
that is
time.
one of your favorite movies, if I remember correctly.
Weekend at Bernie's is a classic.
Yeah, so you're all set. You're ready to go.
Nick Gage would
You've seen this story.
I know. Yeah, I know what needs to happen if it
Exactly.
needs to happen.
He would be pissed if we did a match with him Weekend at Bernie's.
No, he would. Yeah, he wants to die in the ring. He would love that.
All right, that's fair.
We just hook Weird Body up to him with the shoelaces, and then they'd go through it. But so then, like right before whoever, I can't remember who it was, they go over to him. He like wakes up, like jolts up, and like puts his headphones on. But like he's
Did he take
looking,
a swing at the person. That
he's
woke him
looking.
up?
No, they never made it to him.
Oh, okay.
And like, but he's looking bad, man. Like
Yeah.
real bad.
He told me at one point he could not feel his arm.
So I go get the paramedics, and they start looking at him, and like they're taking his vitals and stuff, and it's like a scene down there, and they're asking him what's going on, and they say he has very severe staph infection, and he needs to get to the ER right now, and
Which by the way, not from us. Let's throw that out there.
no, not from us. So what we assumed was
Our ring was clean.
what we assumed was like a bump or some kind of injury.
Yeah.
Turned out to be a very bad staph infection, and he had talked about he talked to the paramedics, and they tell him he's gonna have to go to the hospital and get intravenous antibiotics.
Yeah.
And Gage is like, no, I gotta wrestle Cole Cabana.
Yeah, this is the man who wrestled with pneumonia for us.
I want to wrestle
earlier
Cole
this year.
Cabana. I'm doing this match, blah, blah, blah. And the paramedics are, as he's talking and kind of incoherent and stuff, they're saying he's, like he could die, pretty much. Like, so, the paramedics tell me he cannot wrestle. So I tell Nick, I say, dude, we're just gonna have to do this another time. Like we can't have you go out there and risk dying.
Right.
So I tell somebody, I forget who it was. I say, get him to the hospital, and he was flying out in the morning. So I assume he goes to the hospital. Turns out that he did not go to the hospital. He refused to go to the hospital.
That sounds right.
He just went to the hotel and went to sleep, which is like the worst thing you can do when
He thought he could just sleep it off.
And I got a text at like 4 a.m. from a number I didn't have, and it was Nick Gage asking if I could take him to the airport. And I was like, "Yeah, what hospital are you at?" He's like, "Oh, I didn't go, man. I'm at the hotel." He's like, I'm gonna go. I don't want to deal with it. I'm gonna go when I get home. I don't want to get stuck at a hospital. So he risks death, and this is where old Boner Powder Pete gets the call. And I say, Pete, you got your gear? And you say, I do, but I don't want to.
No. Here's what. Of course. Okay. Yeah. Fine. Ha ha ha. No.
Well, as I was saying it, you have like 2 gigantic like Subway subs or something. You're eating.
No,
You're in the middle of eating.
I had one sandwich. I hadn't eaten all day. I had one sandwich. I had fucking dinner.
Let's clarify here.
I had one fucking sandwich for dinner because I hadn't eaten all day, and I'm sitting downstairs. And I wish they made them that big, but they don't. And because you're like, you said something to me before I left. You asked me if I had my stuff, and I was like, yeah, I do. But unbeknownst to you and nobody else, because nobody gives a shit, doesn't matter. For that day and probably about a week before that,
had a big boner,
and still to this day, but it's not as bad than the last week or so.
Still a boner.
I've got effectively this
4 hours.
I'm going to try to explain this, but whatever.
That powder really works.
I've got apparently a pinched nerve in my neck,
Oh, man.
and my right arm was going numb pretty much.
What, you had
a
staff
lot.
too?
No, it was just. It happened a couple years before that. The orthopedic told me that because I had the same problem in my other arm, and he's like, you probably got a pinched nerve in your neck, whatever. Since you can still move, it's not a big deal. Don't worry about it. I said, okay, fine. And it was really, I was in a lot of pain that day, and it was really bothering me, and I didn't think it would be that great of a match. So I said, why don't you have...
Where's that pinched nerve at?
It's in my neck.
Oh, right here.
What, are you going to fucking Vulcan neck grip me?
You're going to pinch? Are you gonna
That's how I test the weird body's injury.
Yeah.
So I didn't think it would be that great. I would have done it had I not had that problem, but I was like, and Mance was still there, and I was like, why don't you just fucking have Mance do it? I mean,
I didn't want to do Mance just because we're telling the tag team story with him, but I looked around at who is available at this point because the show is already well on its way when we discover the near dead body of Nick Gage. So the options and the things are in motion already. And I was trying. I hate when somebody, it's a tournament, so some guys have to wrestle twice. But
right.
I hate when like somebody has to wrestle twice when they don't have to. You know what I mean? To like fill a spot or whatever. So I looked around at who had not participated on the night show. And there was a hefty consideration for Wes Barkley to see if he can get the Barkley Nation back there in time, but
double ticket sales.
Yeah, but he had already left for the day, and So it came down to Mance.
Warner.
Yeah, it came down to Mance.
Which is fine. I mean, Mance didn't
Jock was there, but we had already done Cabana and Jock at one point back in the day. So I figured, all right, let's give it to Mance, you know?
Honestly, people weren't going to not enjoy a Colt Cabana Mance Warner matchup. I don't think. I just, it's very hard for that to go wrong.
Yeah. And so, you know, it turns out to be a pretty good match. Duke was out there, pinch nerve and all.
Yeah. I was fucking miserable the whole time, but whatever. I didn't complain
At one point,
till now.
Colt Cabana's son comes out asking for money to go out.
He had
that
to
night.
go clubbing or something.
Yeah,
like
he
right in
wanted
the
to go
middle of the
clubbing.
match.
He wanted to go meet
wants-
Maserati West downtown is what he
Probably
wanted
what
to
it
do.
was.
And Colt, in
Just
his
like PB does.
Yeah. Wanted to roll down to West 6th Street.
Colt's fatherly benevolence handed him presumptively his allowance for that week of $4.
$4, not a lot.
Asked for the receipt for whatever he bought
Yep.
and sent him on his way.
And did you try to take advantage of that situation?
I had money on me. I was going to let if MJF was going to come out and help us win. You know, MJF's a bit of a sneaky guy, a bit of a crafty guy.
Trying to expand the stable, are
Hey
you?
man, I'm always trying to expand the stable. I figure I'd give him, $100, $200. Maybe he could.
Yeah?
Maybe. Yeah.
I mean, at 4, dude, then you go 450. That's how it works. You know, you press.
no, I don't deal in any hundreds. That's what I know. That's my unit of measurement. So
You think you got a kid out there that you didn't know about, like Colt Cabana does?
I hope not.
I almost adopted a couple recently.
No, not quite. Just one. Would have been one.
Well, you got to watch yourself. That boner
I know.
powder.
Remember. There's all sorts of stuff.
You might end up
There's
with a
all
couple
sorts of stuff
kids.
Thorne can't talk about.
Yep.
But anything in my life is fair game. It doesn't matter. Yeah.
You might end up with a couple kids.
I edit this podcast, brother.
The new boner powder. So, who wins that match, Duke?
Colt Cabana won
Duke
it.
Money having a rough weekend, huh?
Duke Money did have a rough. We won one match in the Biggins Cup.
Yep.
We got one pin in the finals, and then we got outfoxed by Weird Body. He chewed us up.
Chew you up, bro.
Yeah.
Outfoxed, I like
you
that.
out.
Yeah, how Fox.
Outfoxed, I like
Yeah,
that.
right.
Got
I am a
outfoxed,
fox.
man.
What
We
can I
had the
say?
boot ready. We were all set to waffle worldwide with it, and he outfoxed us.
You and that boot. That boot needs.
Tom Lawlor wants to wrestle you for that boot. You know that?
That's fine.
You ready for that?
Is Tom
Just let me
Lawlor
know
a
when.
hoss?
Give
Yeah.
me a little time to get ready.
Yeah, where'd that pinched nerve go?
I don't think anybody
I
can
said
get
it's
ready.
feeling a lot better
It's
now.
feeling a lot better now.
Yeah.
I
All
don't,
right.
well, he listens to the podcast. He knows your weakness now.
Yeah, oh yeah. you gotta
Yeah,
watch out for that.
like if I didn't say that out loud, I'd have a chance.
He's
Okay?
Imagine a Tom Lawlor nerve hold. You're done. You're
yeah,
done right there.
You're gonna have to make that boot. That boot's gonna have to get a lot golder for Tom Lawlor to
Oh,
win
it's
it.
gonna get a touch up before Absolution.
Maybe even platinum. Who knows?
Ooh, platinum. Yeah, Duke's got that Duke money.
Yeah, exactly.
No, we'll stick with gold. I'll probably do it
Platinum
next. Probably. I'll just make sure I do it before Absolution.
Okay. Yeah, it's before Absolution. I'm sure. Fair enough. All right. So Colt Cabana gets that win. Not a championship match, but he wins nonetheless. And then we go to our next championship match of the evening, the tag team titles. So we go to AIW, the tag team championship match. Twins taking on now the second title opportunity of the day for Dr. Dan.
That fucking guy. I think he might have more money than you.
Dr. Dan and Ethan Page.
2 title matches in one day.
There's 6 people going to those seminars. Come on.
He probably
really
runs a pill
wants-
mill. Let's be honest.
Have you seen
here.
that ice cream man suit he's got on? Come on. He's not having more money than me. Come
Hey,
on.
those pants did split.
Walks out. I want to get a bomb pop and a push up.
It's a good thing he had to.
No wonder why his slacks are always ripping.
Yeah, I was gonna
I
say,
know.
it's a good thing he had to have 2 matches on this day because those slacks ripped and he couldn't just wear those for the rest.
Let's be honest, man. We did it because Dan could use the cardio.
But is he?
to get the fat burn zone. It's different.
It's Dr. Dan and Ethan Page. He really wants this. He really wants this partnership with Ethan Page to work.
Fucking slim good body over there.
It's unbelievable how hard Dr. Dan is trying. I don't know that he's ever tried.
He got somebody to buy into his shtick.
I don't know
So
that
he doesn't want. He doesn't want to let him go. He doesn't want to let him go. Joshua Singh left him to go review movies.
Yep. I mean, Brian.
that should
Carson,
tell
he
you the
fucking
system
kicked to
right
the
there.
curb. You know, fucking
Yeah.
ego. He feels like is worth something. I guess. You
and
know?
he has Swoggle roped in at one point, and
Oh,
that's
that is
his
true.
opponent in this match. Swoggle and PB.
telling stories coming full circle, brother.
Exactly.
That's right, brother. He could not get Mordecai. Could not get Kevin Thorne to be on board with it. That didn't happen in Akron. He was having a rough go. So Ethan Page kind of latches on a little bit, and I guess that's why he's still holding on. I don't know if it's going to work out. I
hope. I mean, you know what? Looking at Dan's past relationships with partners, no way. No way is it going to work out. But
Ethan Page is just a little frustrated. He's just throwing stuff against the wall, seeing what sticks. Dan come up to him and said, "Hey, I got this weird system where I just say things to you and it makes your life better."
And it works.
And he's like, "All right, fine, I'll give it a shot." It's not going to work.
Yeah.
But
dude.
You can understand that, not as you throwing things against the wall, but I feel like people who are in that situation often find themselves with the Duke as well.
I try to make solid investments. And my
try to
my
fix
payoff
them.
is a legitimate payoff. It's not some weird fantasy of eternal bliss or whatever the hell he promises for his
Yeah, I don't know.
his 3 letters.
Did you buy some of that WWE stock when it was low?
I did not. I missed the boat on that. I thought about buying some now, but it's a little too high for me.
Terry Funk used to always tell me to buy it. I should have.
They used
Young
to pay.
goof, bro.
They used to pay mad dividends. Not to get off topic, but they used to pay crazy dividends. You
what
can
we
make
do
a lot
here.
of money.
Plus, you can attend those stockholders meetings and talk to Vince.
I mean, you're my.
I used to have a couple shares like a long time ago, and I used to get invited to the annual stockholders meeting every year. It was in the hotel and
I
stuff.
mean, you're my
ever do
accountant,
it?
man. What's my portfolio looking like? Let's diversify.
dude, you're not. You can't. You're all in fucking the wrestling company. You got to
Diversify, brother.
You better start selling some wrestling assets.
You're like Dan Vega, brother.
I got some cash laying around.
No, you don't.
I got some cash.
No, you don't.
You're like student
talk.
Dan Vega. You're all in.
We'll talk.
All right.
Did you ever go
be
to
in
any of
touch.
those meetings?
I'm sorry.
Did you ever go to any of those?
I did
shareholder
not.
meetings?
I got invited to probably about 3 or 4 of them.
They were the same weekend as Comic-Con?
No, they
Oh.
were in. Their year end was September, so I think they were around September.
Let's get back to my portfolio, man.
Dude, it's non-existent.
Dude, you don't have a portfolio at all.
I'm trying to get one. I'm trying to
Probably need a new
diversify.
accountant or financier.
You want me to air all your information on a podcast?
Put it all out there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, come on.
We'll talk.
He's gonna edit it.
talk.
It's fine.
We'll see.
It's whatever.
I'll set up a meeting.
Call my people.
I know your people.
Yeah, dude. I'm an AIW stockholder.
Dude, you want to get in on that?
Stock's rising, brother.
Yeah, exactly.
You can get it.
Exactly.
You can get on.
Yeah,
that
let's take it public.
Gonna get on that boner powder.
Okay. Good luck with that.
How do we take Patreon subscribers? You know, fucking $5. Get
Can we get it into penny stocks, Wolf of Wall Street style?
I suppose you probably could.
Here we go.
Dude, you want in on that? You gonna get in on that boner powder?
No, man, we're putting AIW. We're going public.
All right.
I'm gonna be ringing the fucking bell on Wall Street.
Well,
We're gonna make our own boner
wherever
powder.
wherever the bell's at for the penny stocks.
In
Wisconsin,
the
probably.
basement of Wall Street. Probably.
we already have somebody that wanted to invest. so.
Oshkosh, Wisconsin, probably.
Don't forget Tom Lawler's corner man wanting to be a major investor, big player.
He wanted to buy a he wanted to buy a seat on the board of directors.
You just sold him a chair. You sold him that fast
Can't be
lane
bought.
chair over there.
yeah.
Hey, brother, that's my fast.
Not for sale, brother.
He's got two
Collector's
fast lane
item.
chairs he could get rid of.
I got so many fast lane chairs. That's the only pay-per-view I ever get free tickets to.
It's the only one that ever comes here anymore.
All right, so Swoggle and PB Smooth pick up the win.
Oh, is there more matches we haven't talked about? All right.
We didn't really talk about that one. Twins picks up the victory.
After this is done, we got to talk about my finances.
They're moving on. And then we roll into the final match of the
I got about
evening.
2 minutes. We could probably do
The
that.
triple threat match. Hot Sauce Tracy Williams trying to be the first ever back-to-back or even two-time JLIT winner. Joey Janela, already your intense champion. So he could actually... Is another guy could start stockpiling things. Not just title opportunities, but titles. Because he's already got one. And this gets him a chance for another. And Matthew Justice, who...
Is missing an eye probably at the
Yeah,
point.
He looked like he got shot in the face. when
He
came
looked
out.
terrible coming out of this one. Had no idea.
And that bandage lasted all of what, about 2 minutes?
That match?
No, the bandage.
Oh, the bandage lasted. You know what? It lasted longer than I
At
thought it was
the
going
show
to.
after this, I was like, "Why is the fucking blood all over this new canvas?" And then now I just realized why.
Yep.
Yeah.
He busted it open again at some point.
He did, and they go through the crowd, then come back. And I will tell you, I was once again tending to his wounds there, and I think I was holding down pressure and trying to get it somewhat wrapped up for like a 5-minute point in time. And I don't know if Matt Justice was resting up or what, but that helped him a little bit in the match.
Are you taking credit for?
No,
Matt
he didn't
Justice's
win,
performance?
so it's not like I could take credit for
all right.
anything.
Dr. Stevie.
Just tried to help him out. Tried to help him
GCR.
out. Hey man,
SRG.
I get out there.
Yeah, whatever your
Give me
fucking
an
middle
abyss,
name is.
bro.
I checked his pulse. And,
There you go. There you go.
I was like, he's
Good
alive.
callback. Good callback,
Thank
Steve
you.
guy.
He's alive, and I was just putting pressure on there, and shit, dude. I was like,
We'll leave it. We'll leave it
worry
at
about people.
We'll leave it at that. We won't expose the winners and losers here,
All right, that's fair enough.
even though we did earlier.
Get those
but-
DVD sales for your finances.
Yeah.
Well-
Well, I'm trying to get the portfolio going.
It was a hell of a match, hell of a show, and then we went to the after party
Hell of a weekend.
night 2. Hell of a weekend.
Not over yet though. We hit the fun house.
Yeah.
Little Guido's in there pounding beers.
Somehow Matthew Justice makes his way to the funhouse.
Colt Cabana with a surprise appearance
Colt
at the
Cabana.
after party.
Well, that's because
At the funhouse.
I think him and Swoggle were riding together somewhere, and so Swoggle ain't saying no to an after party.
Yeah.
We
Oh,
were
no,
we were hanging out at the bar doing shots and stuff.
No, Swoggle offered up his hotel room for Colt Cabana.
Is that what it was?
That's what-
yeah. Okay.
So Colt Cabana's in there partying. This is days before the lawsuit
It
kicks
is.
off.
I was gonna say this is like the week before or 2 weeks before.
week before I think.
Yeah.
Only a week.
I think you're right.
De-stress, man.
Yeah, but he's not drinking. I thought he was drinking.
I did too.
And then what happened is he snuck in a root beer and he just had his finger over the root part on the can the whole time.
Yeah. Totally tricked us.
Always working.
Yeah, good for him.
He's fitting in,
yeah, having fun.
playing with all the
Funhouse.
games in the fun house. I mean, nothing. I can't really remember too much of what happens after this, other than at one point I look and little Guido is sleeping at the bar, and then my phone starts buzzing, and it's text from little Guido going, "Where are you? I'm in this bar. Where'd you go? I gotta catch my flight at 5 a.m." I said, "Right across from you, brother."
Yeah, everybody on good behavior. Everybody having a good time. I think everybody tired from the weekend. This became like a relaxing.
That always happens.
After
I mean,
party.
people get worn out. It's a long, 2 very, very long shows,
Yeah.
and it gets a little hot in there, and everybody gets worn out. And
And then, so I take little Guido. He says he's just going to run inside his hotel, take a shower, and then I can take him to the airport. And I said, make sure you set an alarm, because last year he missed this flight completely. Slept right through it.
it happens a lot on JLIT
Yeah.
weekend, I think.
So I'm waiting. I take him. I drop him at the airport. Then this is when I get the Nick Gage text, and I'm in the area. I take him to the airport, and then I start saying, "Hey, somebody's gonna have to
Yep.
get Marty Jannetty,
There we go.
and it's not me because I fucking hate him." And
But what
oops,
happened?
Oops.
nobody is responding to me at this point.
I think we're all sleeping.
And finally, I get Laurel and Josh Bishop, and Tim Donst is just wandering around the fucking hotel grounds. So with no shoes on.
There's a lot of that weekend for Tim Donst.
And
He's a bit of a sidler. He just kind of shows up sometimes.
Yeah.
this is the first year Tim Donst got his own hotel room. He was usually listed as floater in the hotels.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. He just kind of you turn around and holy shit!
It's
hey, Tim.
almost as if he was lonely. Like he was too alone. He didn't know what to do with himself.
Him, Colin, and Cheech every year never got assigned hotel rooms. They were just floaters because I knew that they weren't going to use them because they were going to be the ones that are up all night.
Yeah.
So Don's is just wandering around the premises, barefoot, alone. So I get him, and then I say, I send Laurel, the female 18-year-old AIW student, up to Marty Jannetty's room to see. I'm trying to smoke
As
him
a
out.
test of some
Yeah.
sort.
We're gonna hear about
That's
this
not a
from
good
our mother.
idea, Thorne.
I'm trying to smoke him out.
Her mother and avid
Listen,
listener of
hear
the
me out.
podcast.
Hear me out.
Just like trapping a raccoon in your house.
Hear
You're
me
trying
out.
to lure him out.
Yeah.
I'm trying to smoke him out that he was faking the injury.
Okay.
Because I figure if he hears a young lady knocking on his hotel room at 4 a.m.,
Fair enough. Yeah.
he's gonna jump right out of bed,
He's gonna rock it. Yeah.
and he's
Like,
gonna
where's
start.
that boner powder?
No, he's not. Oh, come on,
Come on, Jannetty can keep it up, bro. You don't talk about a legend like
See
that.
what you started?
Over the line, over the line. So
Powder lasting that long in Jannetty's room anyway.
so I'm trying to smoke him out, and I send Laurel up there to knock on the door to so he reveals that he's been faking it the whole time, and then we're gonna come out of nowhere and say, we fucking got you, you motherfucker.
What are you, fucking Ashton Kutcher?
Yeah.
Yep.
You punked him?
Or Columbo? Who are you?
I was gonna fucking get to the bottom of this fucking thing.
Get to the heart of the matter, did you?
Well, I did get to the heart of the matter, in fact. And in fact, it takes him like 15 minutes to answer his door, and he can't walk. And he says, I'm going to need about a half hour to get together, come back in a half hour. So she comes down, and she confirms that he is very injured. So then I go, okay, I'm going to see for myself. So we wait a half hour, and me, Donce, Josh Bishop, and her all go because he says he's going to need some help.
Yeah.
So we go, and Donst and Bishop are like, they're still in the mindset that that we're gonna bust them. So they're doing tactical moves all the way up the hotel stairs. They're doing rolls.
Does Donst have shoes on at this point?
No shoes. No shoes.
So they think they're like a SWAT team.
Yeah, they're doing fucking motions like they've seen it, like must have seen in like a movie or something.
Sure.
You know, they're clearing clear. You know, they're doing that shit.
Oh, okay.
When they go around corners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put smoke grenades out.
No smoke grenades, but they're signaling, and I'm
Delta, go.
I'm just
Delta,
walking like
Bravo.
normal, and I'm like, what the fuck are these guys doing? And then we get there, and they bust into Jannetty's room, and he's not there. He's gone. And I go, what the fuck? The plot is thickened here. He's gone.
I thought you really got work then.
And then we hear a noise. And we go, what the fuck is that noise? And we start walking towards the noise, and we discover Marty Jannetty on the computer chair, like office chair from the hotel room. He's on one knee, and he's trying to push himself with one leg, and he's trying to get himself to the elevator, like by I don't push, like it's like he can't move.
But where are his bags?
He's got him on the chair.
Oh, they're on the chair. Okay.
He's got the bags on the chair. He's got one knee on the chair, and then he's pushing with one foot.
Wow.
So then we go, oh, this is fucking fucked up.
At this point, are you thinking there are more plot holes in this than Jurassic World 2?
No, Jurassic World 2 is a great movie.
I thought it was great too.
Pete over here didn't
Stay
like
on
it.
topic. We'll discuss that
movies
later.
suck, bro.
Stay on topic.
This is wrestling.
We agreed twice. We just agreed twice now.
Christ almighty.
And did anyone help him with his bags, or did you all
Yes,
just watch
so-
the spectacle?
So we grab his bags. We tell him to sit down in the chair, and like we push him in the chair while we carry his bags out. And then there's actually a photo of this. Laurel took a photo of this, so there's like proof.
So she was helping also.
Oh no, she was just taking photos, I guess. She disappeared
Document
after we used her
in that
as
sense.
after we used her to chum the water. We sent her on her
Yeah,
way.
that's
Actually,
a smart
catfish Marty Jannetty with Laurel.
Yeah.
Hey.
Was Neve there?
I don't even know what that means.
It's the guy from Catfish.
But so
Gotta
then
get out more, Steve guy.
we
Turn that TV off.
we wheel him out. We wheel him out, and he can't stand up. And we have to like physically lift him and put him in the fucking backseat of her car. Get his bags in. Return the computer chair to the fucking hotel room. We find his shoes are in the hotel. We get those.
He only needs one at this point.
He can't. Well, his ankle is so fucked.
Did he put them on or did Donst?
No, he had one shoe on.
Oh, okay.
And then one was left in the hotel
I
room.
thought maybe Donst was going to steal his.
Laurel actually still has the shoe because I guess he said, I don't need that shoe anymore.
Because paint that gold and make it something.
Your ankle's not going to stay like that forever.
That'll be on eBay when we're really trying to get the portfolio going. Marty Jannetty's one shoe.
Did he sign it at least?
No, I mean, people just got to
Can't
know.
wait for that worldwide ad.
People just got to know.
Buy Marty Jannetty's shoe on eBay, Etsy,
Worldwide.
etc.
So then we get him to the hotel. We get him to the airport. We get him a wheelchair, and he's on his way. And that is the end of JLIT weekend.
Did we ever check on him after? Like, who?
He did another show.
Who carries him
He did a show in
off of
Indiana a
it?
couple weeks later, and he was.
Yeah, he's back on the circuit.
He talked about it. He was because everyone had heard about it, and because
Yeah.
he did the show in Indiana, which is obviously right next to Ohio,
Right.
a lot of people go to
Is that how
both
geography
shows and
works?
stuff. Yeah, and so they knew about it, and so he put out a statement about what happened and blah blah blah.
Yeah, and then he was on YouTube fucking making a pizza.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
Or
one.
Facebook video.
Facebook Live.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, good for him.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, the fucking he just throws like pizza
Was
dough
he
in his
kneeling on a
face.
chair still? And
No, he just throws
He
powder
was
in
standing
his
up.
face.
he throws
I do
powder in his
remember.
face.
Yeah.
Oh, that's shocking.
Yeah, dude.
Well, that'll do
Yeah,
it.
keep it up somehow, man.
That'll do it.
Oh.
That pretty much wraps up JLIT Weekend. Hopefully you guys enjoy this episode. Can't wait for those Boner Powder Pete chants at the next AIW show.
Yeah.
Neither can I.
You know, follow along. If you want to respond to this episode of AIW,
5-star
AIW
review us.
Yeah, 5-star review us, and let us know how you felt about the episode on Twitter using hashtag Boner Powder Pete. I think that works, and we'll know that you listened to the episode. Right? That's fair. There it is. For Weird Body, for the Duke, for John Thorne, my name is Steve Guy, and we'll talk to you next week, everybody.
And now a little Easter egg on this episode. Earlier on, I was in the room, and they were discussing Tracy Williams, Hot Sauce himself. And you know what? There's something that I've been wanting to get off my chest on this podcast for several months now. Hot Sauce Tracy Williams, I owe you a blood debt, a debt of honor, because at Joey Janela's Spring Break 2, those beer lines were really, really, really long. And you saw me stressed out, and you saw me thirsty, and you gave me one of your Bud Lights. And I paid you back with a whiskey Coke because they ran out of beer later on. But gosh darn it, I'll never forget that shit, and I owe you forever and a day. So there's a little Easter egg for you guys.
What in the
They were out of beer.
Yeah, but that's caught up. That's even even.
Yeah, you guys are even Stevens.
We're not even at all.
It's the principle of the thing. He said it meant that much to him. It meant that much to him. He could buy him a year's worth of whiskey and Cokes, and it won't make up for it.
Why is
It's what he's trying to say.
Actually, he might owe you because a whiskey and Coke is a more fucking upper tier drink.
In that fucking environment, holy shit. The drink lines were way too long, and that thing was way understaffed. They were expecting a bunch of versions.
Oh, so
not a
were
bunch
you
of
at
party
Nax?
animals.
All right, that's it.
I don't even get paid for this.